That's the only thing on my mind. I've been really not wasting time. I've been really up on my grind. In the studio all the time. Tell C baby the beast, send me a beat.
See, most people never really understand what this actually feels like, and so they walk around like zombies in waking reality. But for a select few who do, they gain the power to achieve unimaginable feats. After 8 years of deeply studying the ancient art to be able to direct it.
I'm doing a reaction to Quasi Joe Hager. He's a YouTuber. It's pretty much be on some real stuff. You feel me? This was the stuff that I be watching, bro. You can learn something from it. You learn something from it. This is just to keep you focused and how to cheat the game, I say. Game of life. You can't cheat the game of life, but I'm talking about more on some positive stuff. You feel me? Just give you positive cheat codes. You can believe it, don't believe it, kind of believe it, want to believe it. I don't care.
See, most people never really understand what this actually feels like, and so they walk around like zombies in waking reality. But for a select few who do, they gain the power to achieve unimaginable feats. After 8 years of deeply studying the ancient art of controlling reality, coaching over 1,000 clients, I believe I've finally figured it out. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to wake up in this dream we call life and influence it to create the reality of your choosing. Let's get started. So to master the art of controlling reality, the very first thing that needs to happen is we need to learn how to wake up in living reality. Unfortunately, most people can never do this because of two main reasons. If you look at this diagram right here, you'll notice that we have these concentric circles that are overlapped on top of each other. The smallest circle here represents your external reality, okay? And what I mean by that is the outer world that you can see. Events that happen outside, you have a certain reaction to it. It's either good or bad, which then creates a reaction in your internal world, okay? Both the external and internal are subject to these fluctuations because that's just the nature of this Maya or this illusion. It's a world of duality. There's hot and cold, positive, negative, black and white. You see all this duality because that's just the nature of this world. But we get identified to a certain one. We always think that things should always be good or things should always be like this. And so when it breaks the mold and we don't get what we expect, we start to become very, very affected by it. So in a way, we are in reaction mode. Most people are in reaction mode to whatever's happening outside. If their business doesn't do well, they're not making money, or their bills aren't being paid, they panic, and then it affects their internal state of being. So all of these external events, they start to suck us into them. We get lost in the illusion instead of being able to take a step back and being at the cause. Change can never happen from a place of reactivity. Change can only happen when you're at the cause and not the effect. This is one of the most ancient principles of reality, the law of cause and effect. It's a very deep hermetic principle, okay? So there is the internal and the external, okay? So the external is this little circle, which is caused by typically your internal world. What thoughts, feelings, beliefs you hold to be true. If you believe you're only worthy of something, then you will keep attracting that and you will start cursing the world out. And when you curse the world out, you'll get more of the things that you cursed out because that's where your attention is going. So this is the internal world. So most of the time for most people, they're either absorbed in what they're doing. I'm doing this, I'm fixing this problem, or I'm trying to build this business and trying to get.
Yeah, that can lead back to everything. It correlates to everything in life. So like say your music. If you don't feel like you should get 1 million streams, my nigga, you're not gonna get 1 million streams. Like I'm just being 1000% with like it's not rocket science, bro. Like you gotta be feeling like you're worthy of it. And that's okay. You feel me? You just gotta wait to get that.
Get this and fix my relationship, whatever it is, or they're absorbed in how they're feeling. Like, oh, I feel like this, I keep having these doubts and I keep having these fears and I'm always lacking confidence. I can't put myself out there. Their shortcomings, or superiority complex. Oh, I'm so much better than them. I should be doing better. But superiority complex and inferiority complex are the same scale. It's just two different ends of the scale, right? So we have this internal world and this external world. But what's the bigger circle, you might be asking? Great question. This is what's known as awareness. There is that which is the background within which all of this is happening. Awareness is the background within which all the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and everything is happening. It is without form, it's formless, and within the layer of awareness, the external world events are also happening. So think about it this way. The very fact that you can observe neutrally, you can watch the external world events happening, and you can watch the internal world events happening, the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, signifies the presence of something greater, something that witnesses and observes it. By this very fact, by this very observation, you've already proven that there's something greater than just the thoughts and feelings. Therefore, you are not your thoughts and feelings, and you are not your business, and you are not this thing that you're identified with. You have a business, you have a mind, you have a body, right? So when you can exclaim this and you truly realize it, right? This fact needs to be realized, not just intellectually digested, okay? You need to really, really realize, wait a second, there is an observation and a watching of it all. When you can connect to this source of awareness and watch the internal and the external world, guess what's just happened? You've become free from all of the scripts that are currently going on that have been plaguing you. The reason why your current life is unfolding in a direction that maybe is wanted, some parts of wanted, that's for sure, but most of it, for most of you, might be unwanted. You're experiencing things that you don't want. Why does that happen? Because this is a script that you keep playing because you buy into it. You buy into the fact that the world is this way and it always comes to spite you, and every time you are about to make a breakthrough at the last moment, you come crashing down, and no matter what you do, your business doesn't grow, and you're stuck in this job, or whatever it is, right? Whatever story you keep telling yourself. That's become true because you buy into it. You're at the effect and the mercy of the script. Instead of taking a step back and disidentifying from the script. The key word here is disidentifying, as though it's a conscious choice. You're consciously choosing to no longer keep the script running. The only way you gain that possibility is by taking a step back and watching. When you're in watching and observe mode, witness mode, you're no longer creating, you're dissolving. This is the secret. No one understands this because they're so busy, like, oh, I thought this bad thought. Won't I start creating this? You will only start creating this bad thought if you believe it. It's just a thought. It doesn't have anything to do with what you chose and didn't choose. If you didn't choose the thought, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't have to affect you. Only thoughts you choose to have an effect on you, okay? So the exercise here is to predominantly spend our time in pure awareness, in watching and observing, and only selectively choosing when we want to engage, okay? When you do this, you connect to that source, that I am. Not I am this or that, simply I am. That existence that resides within you, that has always been and that will always be, that is beyond time and space. There's a great book on this called I Am That by Nisargadatta Maharaj. He talks about this concept, the jnana, or the thing that is beyond it all, the thing that always was and always will be. The quality that you possess and I possess, the quality of witnessing, that is the same within each one of us. But this bodily limitation is what's preventing us from connecting to that source together, okay? This illusion. It's like there's this great saying that we've come from the ocean, but we formed this droplet, and we start to believe we're this droplet instead of really truly realizing that we're at the ocean. This is just a temporary bodily experience, okay? Connecting to awareness allows you to take a step back and connect to that vast ocean of awareness rather than this small speck, and you start to believe that you're the center of your world and everything revolves around you. That's the beginning of suffering. Connecting to awareness is the end of suffering. That is when you gain the true power to create the destiny that you want. So remember that awareness allows you to gain potential. You now have the choice with which you fill your cup. If your cup is already full, you can't create. You're at the effect. If your cup is empty, only then you can create. Only then you can fill it up with what you want. So the goal here is for you to begin watching and observing. So for the next few days, get into this mode of just watching and observing without attributing a judgment. Anytime you pass judgment, you've immediately fallen asleep. You're no longer awake. You haven't woken up in reality. So right now, if you're just watching this video right now, realize and watch that this character is watching this video, and there is a video that is being watched. There is a watching. I'm not watching. There is an existence. There is something that watches. When you get into this realization, you're getting somewhere. You're making progress. You're waking up in reality. It's kind of like waking up in a dream, right? And then you realize you can control it. So this is how you wake up in reality. So what we tell our clients to do is every single hour, get into this mode of just waking up in reality. Wake up, just watch and observe. Even when you're doing something, your alarm rings, there is a watching and an observation that this doing is happening. Even as I'm making this video, I'm watching this character say these words and make this video, okay? When you get to that center, that awareness center, now you have a choice of how you direct your attention, okay? So the two things that will allow you to create the reality that you want are learning how to center your attention, aka by observing. The goal is to observe. And the next thing that will allow you to do this is understanding intention. Attention and intention are our two control functions. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how to use inner and outer intention, and why one is more powerful than the other, and why most people can never really tap into this outer intention, the intention that is greater than them. Before I get to that, we literally just started a new Facebook group. We revamped it. So if you'd like to join our exclusive Facebook group for entrepreneurs and professionals, click right here. It's going to be the link in the description or pinned comments. It's highly curated people who are very, very serious about reality creation and growing their businesses and gaining financial freedom in their lives. And we're really trying to make sure that we let in the right people, high quality people, not just, people who are just going to come in and take. So there'll be a 3-question application that you can just fill up. You can click on any of these links here to join. And if you're the right fit, I'm looking forward to seeing you in there, where I can share a lot of other stuff that I can't quite share on this channel because of YouTube's platform limitations. So let's get back to inner and outer intention. So we all possess two types of intentions, but we predominantly use only one. Most people use inner intention. Inner intention is your resolve to do. You're very hell-bent on taking action and doing in order to get something. That's the doing paradigm. Outer intention doesn't care about doing and how something comes about. Outer intention is more concerned with the resolve to have. So you might be thinking, if I don't take action, how can I have something? This is the very difference between massive action and aligned action. Most people are stuck in massive action where they keep taking more and more action, but with more action that they take, they keep hitting a barrier. They're fighting against something within themselves, okay? Aligned action, on the other hand, is not just waiting for inspiration to strike, but focusing internally on the correct things that allow you to take the action with more joy. You do this because you want to do this, not because you believe you have to, not an obligatory thing, okay? This isn't an obligation anymore. This is you having fun and playing the game. So the key thing here to understand is intellectually, our mind is always telling us to do something because the mind is susceptible to societal opinions. In society, there are these entities that naturally and spontaneously form called pendulums. Collective groupthink, you might know it as an egregore. These pendulums hijack our thinking because they extract energy from us. So when you join a group of like-minded people. You'll see riots happening spontaneously, and then you'll ask people why they engage in this violent act. And most of the time they'll be like, I don't know. It just called on me. I just felt pulled to do it. They get hijacked. They can't think for themselves anymore. Just like that, you form certain ideas about how to function in society because of these pendulums that keep extracting your energy, which is preventing you from uniquely walking your own path and your own journey. That is where true success really lies. When you have the courage to say, you know what, fuck societal opinions. I'm going to do what's best for me and what's right for me. Going this corporate 9-to-5 job and going to this school, getting a degree, and I have to get married by the time I'm 30 and have kids. Like, these are societal opinions, not what is truly right for you. So your goal is to find what is truly right for you. In order to do that, in order to tap into this outer intention, the power, the intention that literally has the power to move mountains. Things that happened in your life that were unexpected because you were truly tapped in and truly aligned happened because you were using this outer intention. Just a sliver of using this outer intention will have you creating things in your life that are beyond your imagination. Unfortunately, most people resort to their petty intention, the inner intention, the prefrontal cortex, right? Instead of connecting with the body and the heart. So here lies the crucial difference. Inner intention is more mind-focused. I want to get this result, therefore take this action and you will get this result. Linear, linear, linear. Outer intention is non-linear. It's connected with the heart and the soul. The thing that you want might not happen now because something greater is on the way to you. And there's a great story about this. Michael Singer talks about it in his book, The Surrender Experiment. If you haven't read that, I highly recommend it. That's something we've been talking about with our customers very, very recently. And it shows how when he surrendered, he went from making $1,000 a month to owning a $200 million software company. And he just completely surrendered to his heart, to the world, to outer intention. And outer intention carried him to a place that was beyond his wildest imaginations. Unfortunately, for most of us, it's very difficult to tap into that state where you can just fully surrender and trust the universe to take you where is best for you, because we insist that we know what's better for us. Okay, so to tap into outer intention, two things must happen. We must have intellectual and emotional clarity. We must get clear on what we want and why we want it. Our hearts and our minds must be congruent and aligned. If I want to have a business, I must love the business. I must love actually doing the work in the business. And sure, look, no one is saying you can't build a business you hate. Absolutely, you can. The only issue is you're going to hate it. And I don't think you should ever live life because you hate something and you're just looking for results, because it is always going to be a battle. You're going to be fighting against an invisible force, and it's going to be exponentially harder than it needs to be, which is the work of inner intention. You're always going to be pushing against a wall, because guess what? This business wasn't meant for you. This thing that you're doing wasn't meant for you. And what's going to happen inevitably is as you get older and older, you're going to build up karmic debt, right? You're not going to become freer and freer. It's just going to weigh you down because you're always fighting against yourself. There's an invisible part of you just keep fighting against, your heart, what you were truly meant to do. You're resisting your true soul's calling, your true purpose, because you think you need to do this and you keep doubling down on the mind instead of listening to the heart. For most people, they've forgotten how to listen to their heart. Only creators and artistic individuals are naturally predisposed to listen to that expressive side to themselves. And that's why they live more fulfilling existences, okay? So most people have intellectual clarity. They do not have emotional clarity. What do I mean by that? Please pay attention. For most of our clients, what we see is they come in, they want to get away from their 9-to-5, and they're like, okay, I need to build a business. I need to go into trading. I need to become a real estate agent because I want to get away from this corporate job that I hate. Great. You're intellectually clear about what you want, which is to have something that gives you freedom, right? Makes you money. But emotionally, you're still stuck to, I hate this. I hate my job. I hate this current situation. I need to get away from it. And so you think about these ideas intellectually, like, oh, what do I want? Okay, I saw online that starting an e-commerce business or an Amazon FBA business or a coaching business, like online, that's going to help me do it. You don't have true clarity. You just think about it. You're like, okay, I must do this. I must do this that my friend is doing. You don't really want to do it. You don't enjoy it. That's not the business you could do for free. When I thought about this business, doing a coaching business, it's because I love to communicate with people, right? I'm a people person. I love sharing my message. I love making YouTube videos, and I love seeing people get transformations. I could do this for free for the rest of my life because I enjoy it so much. It's just a bonus that I get paid from it. That's how you have to think about it. It's like, could I do this for free for the rest of my life without getting paid? If yes, then you're on the right path, because the man who loves the journey will walk more than the man who loves the destination. It's a simple fact, simple truth. So we see so many people who come in with this shiny object syndrome. They just start jumping from opportunity to the next opportunity, and they're like, oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. In reality, they all work. You don't work. You haven't found a way to tap into yourself internally such that you're intellectually and emotionally clear. You're intellectually and emotionally aligned. For those people, results happen very, very quickly, because there's a reason why you're seeing other people succeed and crush it at the thing that they're doing, because they genuinely love it. I know a guy who became a Forex trader, and he's crushing it now. He's making millions now. But when he started, he just kept going in debt, signing up for these prop firm challenges. He just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper into debt. He maxed out his wife's card, his father-in-law's card, his own card. He was deep into debt, but he just loved it. He loved the game. He just wanted to get really good at it. And sure, that might be a gambler's mentality, and it might not be for anyone, but the attitude here is he has a resolve to have. I will become a profitable trader no matter what. I love this game. I couldn't imagine doing anything else. That's the kind of resolve he had. That's the kind of resolve you need to tap into outer intention. Because when your resolve is so strong, reality simply just says, okay, just fucking give this guy what he wants. It's easier to give you what you want rather than take it away at that point, because you just kept persisting and you kept passing the tests. And whenever you make a new intention, life will throw you tests. Life will always throw you tests. Most people don't know how to pass these tests. And a lot of people say, oh, tests are just limiting belief. It's not. You will see this. everywhere. And these tests appear as tests because it's outside of the zone of your comfort. When I started this YouTube business, I had so many doubts. I had so many doubts. It's like, oh, who would pay a 20-year-old for coaching online, on life coaching? Who would watch my videos? What do I know about life? I felt like an imposter. But when you persist with your intention in what you love and you change your attention to, I'm just sharing this message. If whoever resonates with it, they want to work closer together with me, they can. Others, they can shit on me all they want, you know? People are going to talk anyways. So the key here is to gain intellectual and emotional clarity. Unless and until you gain full intellectual and emotional clarity on what you want, you will never achieve it. If you don't love what you do, for the sake of doing it, you'll never achieve fulfillment. And as a great man once said, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. It's the ultimate failure. You're going to grow old, you're going to regret making money, and no one ever on their deathbed regrets not making more money. No one. They regret not spending more time with their family. They regret not spending more time with their loved ones, their friends, people. That's typically what they regret. They regret not doing what they loved. They never regret not making more money. Intellectual and emotional clarity. If you want to take this deeper, what I want you to do is combine this with learning how to properly visualize, where I discuss how to gain intellectual and emotional clarity in more detail. The video is right here. I made this video in Jan. It's completely free to access, by the way. It has a guide along with it too. I made it in Jan, beginning of this year, and you should see some of the results people have gotten just by watching this free video. It's like 30 minutes long. It's the most comprehensive visualization guide that I can provide, and it's the thing that allowed me to go from the job that I was going to go in that I hated, the corporate 9 to 5, to starting my own business, to growing it to over $1 million a year every single year for the last 4 or 5 years. Okay, so to access that, you can just click right here, and I'm excited to see you in this next video right now. Thanks.